but I had to put a lot of work in to run as fast as I can, change directions, and be as strong as I am. So honored by that, really. But this game is about skill and technique. Athleticism is only going to get you too far, so that's really what I focus on, skill and technique.
Now that you've been in the program for a minute,
One second.
like, where are you better at? What did you learn from last year, kind of sitting behind those guys, and where are you maybe more ready to contribute from day one now?
I learned a lot from Garrett last year, seeing how he approached the game, and Chris more, seeing how he approached the game. I was his roommate night before games, so seeing him how he watches film. And then Garrett, we talked about the routes that we run at X receiver. So just learned a lot from them. It's like I'm definitely ready now to go out there and contribute.
With Jackson, Jackson went from basically doing nothing as a true freshman to whatever the hell that was last year.
Right.
Like, do you take that as inspiration now that you're kind of in a similar position where last year you didn't really get to do a whole lot? And we've seen it with guys like Jamar Chase too, kind of go from nothing to all of a sudden to breaking records. Do you feel like that's something you're capable of doing in this offense?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in myself. I'm not really going to say break records or do anything like that, but I definitely think I can contribute to the team in a big way this year.
Marvin, that was kind of along the same lines of the question I was going to ask you. Is that, we saw what you did in the Rose Bowl. You're stepping in the big shoes. How ready are you?
I have a lot of confidence in myself. Leave it at that.
Marvin, you mentioned genetics.
He's right here right now.
Marvin Harrison controlling the interview.
When you were being recruited, obviously there were a bunch of really good players in the class that before you and at your position and after you. What was it about the way that Heartline recruited you that got you? Like, what does he do that makes him so successful in doing it over and over?
I think he just knows the game, and I think the kind of player I am, I really like to focus on techniques and skill sets and things like that. So just talking to him about routes and just he can tell me I can do this, and that. It really just stuck with me. He was coaching me, watching some of my high school reps, with the camps and some of the games. So just always getting his feedback was very important for me and helped me make my decisions.
And it doesn't matter who else is in the class before you, with you, or after you. It just is that the type of personality I guess he's looking for.
I think you come here to want to be the best, and in that case, you'll be surrounded by some of the best receivers in the country too. So I think it all kind of works out. You get to learn from other people, but it wasn't really. There's too many people here. We go somewhere else that we never crossed our mind.
Marvin, at the beginning of the offseason, it was the video that went viral on Twitter. Then it was now it's the freaks list that you were on. Are you kind of tired of the offseason stuff? Ready?
I'm ready. I got to make something happen in the season now. That's how I'm talking about it during the season. So that's what I'm focused on.
What for you the offseason? Has it been kind of a almost like a whirlwind for you, having all the attention on you as somebody who you have three career touchdowns. Like,
right.
You have all this attention on you. Like, have you kind of paid attention to that, or you try to put that to the side? How do you handle it?
The attention's kind of always been there my whole life, really, which is who I am. So I kind of get used to it, but it's definitely time to play football now. And all the videos and stuff. So that's
Marvin, you mentioned genetics earlier. How much is your dad in your ear as far as giving you advice, things of that nature, and helping you become who you are?
Yeah, he's definitely still there. He talks to me a lot about just different routes, techniques to use. But he trusts Coach Hart. He trusts Coach Hart a lot. He knows what Coach Hart knows what he's talking about. So Coach Hart has earned my dad's trust to kind of coach me a little bit. So kind of took a step back from high school. But he has confidence in me that he knows I'm gonna put in the work when no one's watching.
So it's past the point of like, all right, Dad, it's cool. Like,
no, I still definitely accept his coaching for sure. Definitely can never shy away from that. But kind of let me roam a little bit now, a little different.
Did you hear the breaking neuse? You're now listed at 6'4" on the roster. I told you in the spring that I would make sure Jerry got you to 6'4". Have you heard that you're now not 6'3", but 6'4" as you should be on the roster?
Right. Yes, I'm 6'4" now. Well, I've kind of always been 6'4". Just the way they calculate it, but yeah, I'm 6'4" for sure.
So finally Jerry got in on that, right?
Yeah.
Kind of to that point, you look at the room, like you're just like a different physical body type than everybody else in the room. Like, how is that an advantage for you as a wide receiver going up against cornerbacks, especially maybe in the red zone?
I don't really look at it as too much an advantage. I try to play to my strengths. obviously I do have size that probably most receivers in the country don't have. But definitely I just try to focus on my skills and techniques, really.
Well, what stood out to you about him?
I mean, he's a playmaker. That's one thing I would say for sure. I just get the ball in his hands, he's going to make something happen. You see, he's that kick return for a reason. He's that kind of player. I don't think there's nothing on the field that he can't do. So he's going to be special for sure.
What kind of response have you seen from Cam as it relates to his injury?
Cam's probably one of the most mental tough person that I've ever encountered. So I know he's going to battle through any injuries, any setbacks, as he continues to do throughout his career. So he comes in with a smile on his face every day, always uplifting his teammates. So I mean, he's a captain for a reason.
And what was your reaction when you saw him get that block for jersey?
I mean, he deserved it more than anybody. So we didn't get the vote on that, but if we did, he definitely would have my vote for sure.
Marvin, Coach Hartline was saying that you knew how to work when you got here. Why were you like that? Why did you have that in you?
Just, I don't know, work ethic I kind of always had. It's kind of one of the things I'm just kind of born with. Also just seeing my dad, he kind of preached work ethic to me. And I see my mom too, she works very hard. She probably doesn't even get much attention really, but she's a very hard worker herself. Wakes up in the morning like 4:30, goes to work. She's a hard worker too. So seeing my parents really, I've been trying to set an example for our younger brother too. So I know he got to put in work too. That's really just where I got it from.
Marvin, you were recently named as the second freakiest athlete in college football. What do you think when you see something like that?
It's an honor for sure. A lot of work has went into it for sure. I kind of spoken on it already, but it's definitely an honor. Athletic ability can only take you so far, though. This game is about skills and techniques, so that's kind of what I focus on.
You didn't think second?
I mean,
somebody's better than me. I mean, does that get you going?
No, I was honored to be on the list. Really, I wasn't really trying to too focused on who's first. I don't even know who was first. I know Talik, my teammate, was on the team, and I can tell you one thing: there's definitely other people on this team that should have been on this list too.
The workout we saw that that was on Twitter in the middle of the summer, whatever it was, you running down a ball
Yes, sir.
out of the jugs machine and stuff. How often do you do stuff like that?
I kind of only did it that one day, honestly.
Really? Why that day? What was the impetus?
The people who were, through the Monarch Machine was here, and kind of just playing around with it. That's how it's one drill we do.
Were you wowed by it when you watched it?
Yeah, for sure. That machine's crazy. We can use it every day here.
Not only the machine, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I mean,
you wowed by what you did there.
Not really. Wasn't really too loud, but it was cool though.
Marvin, since you lost obviously Chris and Aaron, most people think the room's going to be fine. I'm assuming that's your attitude. Why is that?
I think, like I said, we put in a lot of work. Behind Chris and Garrett, I know me, Mecca, Julian, we're all ready to step out. Even Xavier Johnson, Jaden Ballard, like the freshmen that came in, we put in a lot of work over this offseason. So we have a lot of confidence ourselves going into this season.
There's so much confidence around this offense. There's no real chip on the shoulder from last season. You were number one in the country. How different is that going into a season when you are expected to be the best? Is that harder to deal with? What do you guys tell yourself?
Our expectations is to be the best. So we put the pressure on ourselves as well. So it's not really the outside noise doesn't bother us too much.
Marvin, do you know what the Ohio State single season record for touchdown catches is?
I do not.
17.
17.
Does that sound like a lot of touchdowns, or does that sound doable?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of touchdowns. I don't know who's going to do it. Someone's going to break it, but I don't know who did that, but amazing feat.
Terry Glenn. You got a lot of touchdowns in the Rose Bowl. Obviously, got a lot of people's attention. Do you think there is something as a receiver to scoring the ball?
Absolutely. We've had a lot of emphasis, especially scoring in the red zone.
Yep.
That's Coach Day's, one of his go-tos. Scoring, putting the ball in the end zone, can't settle the field goal. So, place a lot of pride on scoring in the red zone. So, definitely, I can contribute in that way. I sure will.
What does it take to be great in the red zone as a receiver? Is it your route? Is it your size? Is it your, high catch point? Like, what do you got to do?
It's the ball skills. In the red zone, things get tight.
Yeah.
So, obviously, having great quarterback play definitely helps us a lot. But in the red zone, you definitely have to come down with tough catches.
I'm sorry, man.
It's the only thing you get.
I know this isn't necessarily a football question, but you mentioned earlier you probably don't get a lot of chance to talk about your mom. a lot of people know about your dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said your mom's really hardworking. What can you share with us about her that she instilled in you?
She's gonna hate me for talking about her too, but I mean, she's been in the back, kind of, just with football. She tries not to, put herself out there too much. She focuses on school. She's always calling me about that, doing homework, and just focusing on my academics. So I love my mom to death, though, but she's in the back, so we'll keep it like that.
Did you say she gets up at Jackson? Oh, sorry, go. Did you say she gets up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work?
Yep, she gets up.
She has a Hall of Fame husband. She's still getting up at 4:30.
She don't care. She want to have her own. That's just the kind of person she is. She works at a gym. She trains a lot of women's gym. And then she's a doctor too.
Jackson finished your route running. What have you taken away from watching him? I know he's getting a lot of attention about his catch percentage, his numbers, those kind of things too.
Jackson's very smooth and quick. His lateral change of direction is, probably the best in the country. So it's kind of hard to do what he does. Can't really, mimic it too much, but I mean, that's what makes him great for sure.
A couple more questions.